Well, look, it already started, bro. So,
Right.
welcome. How you guys doing? Welcome, Charles Maund Toyota Car Buying. My name's Chris Martinez. I got my man here.
Brendan O'Toole.
And Brendan, you know what? How long have you been here now, bro?
6 months.
6 months? And I don't know if you guys know this, but he's actually a millennial. You guys know what millennials are? What's a millennial, bro?
There's like a specific definition about it, but I guess if you're below 35, above 18, something like that, you're technically still a millennial. So I'm 29.
29. So you're definitely a millennial. 100%. You're right in that category.
Thoroughbred, all the way.
And I felt I'm a little bit outside of that cap. So I'm kind of right there, I guess.
You pull it off.
I kind of pull it off, right?
Yeah.
I don't have my gray hair because I had to put some camouflage on it, bro. You know what I mean? My wife gave me a hard time. She said, "You know what? You got to put some camouflage."
I'm not quite there yet.
I know.
I'm not quite there yet.
But she'll probably kill me for that. But so let's talk about millennial talk. So how do millennial buyers come into a dealership, and what are some of the stigmas that are portrayed with that?
Definitely. Well, one of the cool things is, like I said, I've only been here for about 6 months, and really, really popular company down here. But we just finished selling 10,400 and how many cars for 17?
6 cars or something like that.
It's like 28 cars a day.
It's something crazy.
So it's popping down here, and I've learned through the car experience down here. We get a lot of young people down here, people looking for a starter car, and one of the things I've noticed is a lot of people are buying Corollas and RAV4s for millennials. But when those guys come in, they have no idea necessarily what they're paying, what they're going to pay for, what they should expect to pay for, or necessarily how the car process works. So that's kind of what I want to highlight today.
Okay. Kind of walk me through that. So I'm a millennial buyer.
Yeah.
How am I coming in? Am I communicating because I'm going online? Do I just walk in? What am I doing as a millennial?
Yeah. Well, one of the greatest things is obviously the internet, something that's important to us millennials. It drives a ton of traffic from the guys that are coming in here. What's great about that is there's so much transparency, a lot of the haggle and negotiations been taken right off the table. We're showing the best prices in town, being number 1 here in Austin, number 2 in Texas, and 6th in the country for volume. Is that correct?
Close. Pretty close. When you add used cars, new and used, we're right there at the number 2.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
sounds good.
amazing.
Sounds good. So we'll stick to that. That's what we're shooting for, right?
Something like that.
All right. Yeah. So when these guys come in here, guys and girls, we get a lot of military, a lot of students down at UT, Texas State, right up the street, Baylor, all that good stuff. We get a lot of people just coming in from Austin and the workforce here. So a lot of people that don't necessarily have a ton of money, but do have a little cash flow and are looking to invest in a vehicle that's going to drive them hopefully 8-10 years down the road.
Well, let me ask you, what's a good rule of thumb for a millennial or for anyone just that comes in and says, you know what, rule of thumb, every what is going to be what?
Yeah, it's a great thing. So as we go through this process, one of the things I say, every $5,000 that you're financing is, give or take about $100 monthly car payment. And that blows people's minds. They don't even think about that. They usually jump on to their bank and put in some ridiculous numbers and crunch it. That's going to work out their way, but it doesn't necessarily do that. But yeah, give or take, that's a pretty good rule of thumb. What's nice about our dealership, we've got 75 salespeople down here on the floor. And one of the things that I've learned working through the process is just asking people, how much do you know about the car process?
Yeah.
And honestly, this isn't just millennials. I get, older people that are like, I have no clue how this works. And taking that step
back.
Well,
you got to think, because, most people don't buy a car every day, right?
Yeah.
They buy a car like every 3 years, 6 years, some even every 10 years.
10, that's what I grew up doing.
And they're like, well, I'm going to get a Toyota. It's going to drive for 10 years, and I'm not going to kill it, so I'm going to go get another one.
Right.
Just because of technology, right? Yeah. So that's kind of what they do.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So when we kind of explain that to them and we say, all right, look, let's just take a step back and let's just talk about how this process is going to work. One, what is it that you need? What are you looking for? Most millennials are just looking for a car that's affordable. It's going to help build their credit. It's going to get them to A to B. They don't need all the fancy bells and whistles. Down here, it's so hot. A lot of people aren't even looking for leather. They're happy with, soft tech seats, all that good stuff. So just identifying those needs and then talking about, boom, let's go out in the parking lot. Let's look at these things. And then once we find a vehicle, let's talk about how the financing part works. Our dealership, we have 40 local national banks.
At least,
yeah. The list is so long. It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have. We generally try to find every possible angle to make sure we can get you in a vehicle.
Yeah.
So
options are good, and that's what we got. So when I explain this to them, one, it kind of it makes our relationship better as a consumer, a customer, and a salesperson. But then it clarifies, what's our end goal objective here? One, we're trying to sell cars that are in your business. We want you to come back. And number two, we want to make sure that you're comfortable through the process. So really, asking that question has made my job easier. And I think it's made our customers' process and buying experience really, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Actually, I know that for a fact because I get customers that always send back, hey, thanks for all the help. Thanks for the pizza place you sent me. We figured out the prices getting the stream. We got good food here.
Right. Amazing food, by the way.
Amazing food, yeah. So, there's so many things happening, and that for millennials has been pretty good for our dealership.
Okay. Well, that's good. So a couple takeaways.
Mm-hmm.
We make it the price haggling. There's none. We put the best prices up front.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Two, we've got plenty of lenders. So when banks compete, you win type of deal. So we're going to try to get you the best opportunity for financing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to finance, if you're going to go that route. And then two, we're just going to make it easy and you can recommend a pretty good taco truck or down the road.
Pizza, whatever.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Desayuno or Desano. Yes. It's pretty good, right? So
it's great.
But so those are some pretty quick tips. We wanted to bring that to you today. Millennials, don't be afraid. It's easy. We put our prices right on our internet. Make sure that when you go on our mobile site, I know some people were trying to update the mobile site as well, but you can get on there, check the price, and then you'll be greeted by my man Brendan, and we'll help you we'll help you buy a vehicle relatively pretty inexpensive and pretty quick.
Absolutely.
Right? So, all right. Well, that's all we have for today. Brendan, you have anything else?
I'll see you on the lot.
All right. Well, that's Charles Maund Car Buying with Charles Maund. We'll see you guys next week with Brendan anyway.
Yes.